So I'm about to share one of the deepest secrets of human existence and how we are already manifesting our destiny every day. By the way, I'm Michael Ravenwood, and I throw real lightning bolts and empower people to enjoy their evolution. So this video is about what is actually real. So normally what we think of as being real is that which is like physical or made manifest. Now few people will argue about that, but there are places where it gets fuzzy. For example, what is the reality of a dream? A lot of people will say, well, that's purely in your head. That's not real. But let's take a moment to think about that for a second. While, of course, none of the things that you manipulate in your dream are changed in any way when you wake up, you are certainly part of reality, and you have changed. For example, if you have an experience in that dream, if you talk to certain people and realize certain things, and then wake up later, and because of those things that you've learned, you respond to the people that you encounter in a different way, and make different choices, then that dream has affected physical reality, right? Another example is if you just sit there and think about all the beautiful things in your life. If you focus on your gratitude and your appreciation for things, nothing in the outside world, quote unquote, has necessarily changed in that moment. But through the science of psychoneuroimmunology, we've definitely determined that your brain chemicals get released in certain ways when you think certain things. And the neurotransmitters and hormones affect your immune system. So, though you might say that those thoughts in your head don't have any direct physical relationship to what's going on in the outside world, we have to acknowledge that if you have a habit of thinking of really positive things and directing yourself in a really constructive way, then your immune system is going to be far different than a person who focuses only on what's going wrong in their life. On average, that person is going to have more sick days and perhaps less money in their bank because they are not going to work as much. So understanding that what is real bridges between the material and the immaterial, the physical and the non-physical, is a really important element. So one way of breaking it down could be to say that it's objective and subjective reality, but I prefer to call it objective and creative reality. An example of objective reality being something like, I am a biological organism with dopamine levels. No matter what, if I keep stimulating my dopamine release, then my baseline of dopamine is going to change, and I'm going to be expecting a lot of stimulation. And then I'm going to feel miserable as soon as that stimulation is taken away, even though everything might still be totally fine. This condition is kind of like an objective fact, and we just kind of have to deal with it. Whereas an example of a creative reality is whether I say to myself that I can or I cannot be successful. If you say to yourself, I can't be successful, I'm never going to be successful, then chances are you're not going to take the steps that might make you successful. Whereas, from the reports of people who've been successful, time and time again, they're always telling themselves, I can be successful. In fact, I am being successful. Even if challenging things are happening right now, I am on my way to success. So, if you found this discussion of reality amusing or inspiring in any way, please put reality in the comments. If you put reality in the comments, I'll know that I landed.